with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite orange nail polishes. So we've had a lot of new people to the channel here lately. Welcome. I've been doing my favorite color series all year. I've done a lot of different colors at this point. If you haven't checked out that series yet, I will link it down in the description box and in the cards too. But today we are doing orange because it's October, and if I had to pick one polish color for October, it would be orange. I'm not a big orange nail polish wearer. I pretty much exclusively wear it in October, and then I like wearing like neon oranges when it's really hot out, like July and August. But between July, August, and October, that's when I wear oranges, no other time. So although orange is a color that I love seeing on my nails, it's just not a color that I get around to wearing all that much, and I don't have a ton of oranges in my collection. Those that I have though, I do feel really strongly about. So we're gonna take a look at my top 10 orange polishes in my collection. I'm gonna show you swatch photos and up close bottle shots and tell you why I love each one so much. And if any of these are still available, I will link them down in the description box. All right, so mainstreams first, we're beginning with a classic. This is Essie Ling Koi. Ling Koi is a brown leaning orange cream polish. Okay, so I feel like I have a decent amount of orange creams, especially from mainstream brands. A few from China Glaze, a few from OPI too. This one though is the one that like sticks in my mind as my favorite. I just love this tone of orange. It's got such a gorgeous like burnt fall-like quality to it, but it's not like too mid-toned where it gets lost against my skin. Like where, you know, I have medium toned skin, I feel like sometimes these like orange creams get a little lost on me and they start feeling a little bit more like a nude. And when I'm in the mood for an orange, I don't want a nude polish. I want an orange polish. This one feels orange, but it feels like muted and just, it's perfect for the falling leaves. I can get it opaque in 2 coats because I changed it out to a paddle brush. And yeah, I'm just so happy to have this one in my collection. If I'm remembering correctly, it's a little bit hard to come by, but again, if I can find it, I'll link it down below. And then I have one more mainstream favorite orange. It comes from China Glaze and it's another classic. This is Riveting. Riveting has a bright, bright pumpkin orange base with gorgeous gold shimmer. Okay, so this shade is iconic, and if you would have told me like years ago that I would be talking about it in this video, I would have never believed you because it was a lemming for a really, really long time. I finally got my hands on it this year, last year, the end of last year, I think, and got to wear it this fall, well, summer transitioning into fall. Oh my goodness. It's just as beautiful as I imagine. Like the way the base color, the orange base, pops against my skin tone, it's so bright and fun. It has such a gorgeous, bright, popping base, and then the gold flash in it is so glowy and like noticeable and bold. And I feel like mainstreams, especially, sometimes their shimmer, you know, it's a little bit more subdued, but not this one. It's flashy and it is fabulous. You'll see here in a little bit, I am a big fan of orange bases with a gold shimmer, especially when the base is bright and saturated. So if you missed out on this one because it's really coveted, was extremely limited edition when it released, and it's gonna be hard to find now. If you love this one and are sad you missed out, I have like another one that I think is kind of close. I've got one polish from a boutique brand. This one comes from Cir Colors and it is Pyro. Pyro is a neon orange cream. Pyro, another like classic loved polish. When Pyro released a few years ago, people lost their minds for it. It's just, if you need a neon orange cream, you're not gonna find one better than Pyro. It's pretty much a 1-coater, fully opaque in 2 coats, which makes it perfect for nail art if you're into that. And it just like applies itself. It glides on the nail. It's so easy to put on and it is bright. My camera right now is not doing any justice for this gorgeous polish. I think my swatch photos do a better job showing the true color, but it's like traffic cone bright orange cream. Like you can't miss it. The formula is a showstopper. I was really hesitant to get this when it released because my favorite tone of orange is like pumpkin orange. Neons in general, I don't typically gravitate towards, but neon orange in particular isn't my favorite. And I have a few of those. A Color Club orange, one from Glisten and Glow, and I just don't really reach for them. And, you know, do I really need another neon orange if it's not a color I wear? The answer is no. But Pyro made me want to wear neon orange. Like the formula, how bright and beautiful this is, makes me like neon orange better. I need to get rid of the other neon oranges I have and just stick with this one because it is perfection. My next favorite orange comes from Glam Polish and it's called Aries. Aries has a yellow leaning orange base and shimmer that shifts copper to gold to green, as well as silver holographic glitter. Okay, so this is a really specific thing that this polish reminds me of, but it comes to my mind every single time I wear it and see this bottle. You know when you used to mix your ketchup and your mustard together, or maybe some of you still do it, I'm not judging. But like when I was a kid, I would get like a hamburger or a hot dog or French fries or something, and I would mix my ketchup and mustard together and it made this color. That's not why I like this polish, but it makes me like it a little bit more. Anyway, this is a gorgeous polish. Really unique base color, and it's one of those that like sometimes it looks red, sometimes it looks orange, sometimes it looks goldy orange because it just has such an intense shimmer. I love when it flashes with that like yellow, reddy, orange base and then the green shimmer at the same time. It's so captivating. And then the holographic sparkle inside as well. Like when I wore this, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. It was just so compelling and interesting, the entire manicure. And it's one I have nothing like in my collection. I think it's a really unique color, especially with those shifts. Another orange favorite that kind of leans a little yellow is from Wildflower Lacquer, and it's called Sunbeams. Sunbeams has a yellow leaning orange base and shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green and fine holographic sparkle. So when I swatched this for Wildflower Lacquer years ago, I remember getting it in PR and thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna like this because like I said, pumpkin oranges, like primary oranges, are usually my preference when it comes to oranges. I just don't think like the yellow leaning ones end up being super flattering on me most of the time. So when I saw this in the bottle, I thought I'm gonna hate that. And then I put it on and said, oh my gosh, is this my perfect orange? Because it feels like my perfect orange. Just like the shimmer, the red to copper to gold to green shimmer against that yellow leaning base makes this polish a little bit of a shapeshifter. Like sometimes it does look like it's more of a primary orange base. And then other times it looks a little bit more yellow leaning. And then the holographic sparkle in here too. It's just a really beautiful polish. And like I mentioned, I'm typically drawn to gold shimmer in my orange polishes, but this one has primarily in most lighting a red shimmer, which I thought made it really unique and different, and I loved it. I haven't worn this one in a while, and now I'm like convinced I need to get it on my nails ASAP. Getting into some more pumpkin oranges, next we have one from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and it's called the Fire Girl. The Fire Girl has more of a pumpkin-y orange base. It's got shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green. We're seeing a theme. Huh? And then it's got holographic flakes. It is a lion cousin. All right, so if you're not new to my channel, you know I love my lion with a thorn in its paw, siblings, cousins. That's the finish that Bee's Knees Lacquer does with the shifty shimmer and the holographic flakes. I can't get enough of them, and I love this one. It just got the most gorgeous shifts. It is packed with super diamondy holographic flakes, and it's just everything I want in an orange polish. I think the tone of this one's really interesting too, because although I would consider it a pumpkin orange, it's just a little bit more peachy leaning than some of my other shades, and I think that lightness makes it perfect transitioning from summer into fall season. This one also had an incredible formula. It built up to full opacity in 2 to 3 coats, and I mean, what can I say? It's a lion cousin. I love it. One with a similar description. I told y'all I have a type. Like when I make these videos, I really don't go for variety. I don't try to pick things that are different. I just say, if I could only pick for myself what I truly love, 10 polishes that are orange, what would they be? And it just so happens that I really like polishes with holographic and shifting shimmer. They're not all like that, but this one is. It comes from Bluebird Lacquer and it's called Witchful Thinking. This one has a true pumpkin orange base. It's bright and saturated with this electric shifting shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold and maybe green at extreme angles, and Bluebird Lacquer Shattered Holographic Pigment. So this is another finish I just love. I've heard the term a lot lately. Bury me in this polish. Bury me, please. In a Bluebird Lacquer Shattered Holographic or a Bee's Knees Lacquer Lion Cousin, I will be happy. Because the holographic is just boom. It's in your face. It's so rainbowy, and the shimmer in this, like I wonder if it has like a multi-chrome shimmer because it looks shiny and metallic. It's so vibrant on the nails. The base of this is saturated. It gives me that contrast that I love to see with my orange polishes. And I think I've worn it twice now, which it's not been out all that long, so that's really saying something. And I'm planning to wear it again this year for Halloween with some other polishes as a Skittle. It's just the perfect October pumpkin orange. Love witchful thinking. The next one comes from KB Shimmer and it is called Patch Things Up. Patch Things Up has a pumpkin orange base with large particle shifting shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green to blue at extreme angles. Patch Things Up came out last year for fall, I think, from KB Shimmer, and I cannot tell you how many compliments I got while this was on my nails. Like all day, people were grabbing my hands, staring at my nails like, what did you do? Ooh, what is that? It was amazing, and I was into it too. Like, this color is so vibrant, it's bright. It's perfect for fall, but honestly, I'd wear a bright orange like this in summer too. And the shimmer is just so dynamic, shifting through so many shades, the copper, the gold, the green, and even blue. It's the polish that I was saying kind of reminds me of China Glaze Riveting, but I would say the base just leans a little bit pinkier, just slightly, and then it has shifts, whereas the China Glaze does not. So if you can't get the China Glaze, maybe the KB Shimmer will satisfy that need. It should still be available. KB Shimmer keeps their polishes around for a long time. But yeah, this one is just so glowy, so shiny and shifty. It's perfect. And this would be like a great, I want to wear orange, I don't know what I want to wear. This would be a great go-to for that because it's going to make you happy anytime. Two more. The next one is another classic. It's Polished for Days Jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern has a kind of darker pumpkin orange base with flakies that shift red to copper to gold to green, as well as black flakies. So all of the Polished for Days black flaky polishes have my heart. They just do flakies so well. So well that that's what I'm wearing. Midnight Marble from Polished for Days, which is a teal black flaky polish. They just are always so gorgeous. Jack-o'-lantern unfortunately was a PPU exclusive, so it's gonna be hard to find. I'm crossing my fingers it can come back for rewind sometime because I know there are a lot of people who would like to get their hands on this. But it just has the most beautiful, perfectly deep, dark, pumpkin orange base. Those flakes just pop. It's got like a jelly feel to it, the base, so you do need 3 coats to build it up to full opacity, but once you're done, it has like a very squishy, juicy look to it. And then those black flakes just add so much depth and dimension. And you can see here, the base color is just a little bit more dark and primary than some of the other pumpkin orange shades I've shown so far. This is one that I'm planning to wear also as part of that Halloween Skittle. I'm really excited about that, by the way. If you'd like to see the finished look, I will post it on my Instagram, which I'll have linked down below. And then I also do a monthly Manny series sharing what I wore, so I'll have it in my What I Wore in October video. And then my final favorite orange polish is another classic. I love the classics. They're classics for a reason. It comes from Fair Maiden Polish, and it is Mindfreak. Mindfreak has a deep, dark, super dark orange base with these gorgeous multi-chrome flakes that shift red to copper to gold to green. Okay, Mindfreak. Like I was thinking before I got my hands on this, because I got it in PPU Rewind when it last came back, I was thinking it's not gonna live up to the hype. Like, orange is not my favorite color to wear. I'm not gonna love it as much as everyone else. I was so wrong. It is stunning. I actually wore it a couple manicures ago. It's one of the polishes I wore as a full manicure in October, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I was just reminded how glorious it is. The flakes in lower lighting like shift and pop and look like a gorgeous regular flaky polish, but when you take it into bright lighting, the light just like bounces off of those flakes. They are super shiny and just, they have so much depth and dimension inside of that dark base. Like, you really get a beautiful pond effect. Unfortunately, this one, unless Fair Maiden comes together to re-release it for Polish Pickup Rewind, I don't see it coming back anytime soon because they have since split up into Beau Rev Lacquer and Monarch Lacquer. So this brand isn't actually around anymore, but they have released a few things here and there, like come together because they're friends. So maybe someday Mindfreak can come back. I hope so, because this is a polish to me that everyone should have. It's just dark and vampy, and I've seen lots of polishes come out that are kind of similar, but in my opinion, nothing compares to this. So those are my favorite orange polishes. Let me know down in the comments if you have any of these, if you love them too, and what are some of your favorite orange polishes. Again, if any of these are still available, I will link them down in the description box. Don't forget to check out my playlist sharing my other favorite polishes in each color category. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!